Hi guys, my name's iGenesis and this is my best friend Mr. Fluffy, and on this video we are going to be talking about how to play as an innocent on Murder Mystery 2 on Roblox. Now Murder Mystery 2 is one of my favourite games on Roblox. Why? Well, because it's not just about stabbing or shooting, it is also about using your smarts in order to win, to use your smarts to outrun the murderer, to use your smarts to kill everybody else on the map. Now let's just go through the basic rules of this game. You have normally about 12 people on your map, as you can see here. Those 12 people are assigned either innocent, murderer or sheriff. On each map you have one sheriff and one murderer. The murderer's job is to make sure that nobody at the end of the game survives after 3 minutes. The sheriff's job is to make sure that they kill the murderer before they kill everybody on the map, and the innocent's job, well, that's a bit more tricky. It's in order to survive to the very end of the round without getting stabbed in the face by the murderer. Now we've covered the basics, I am just going to go through on this video a few of the do's and don'ts of surviving as an innocent. Now I'm not going to tell you that this is going to make you the perfect player, that's not going to happen, but what it will do is help you to survive just that little bit longer, get that bit more EXP, and if you take my advice to heart, it will mean that you are going to survive right to the very end, get a bit more EXP. Now, rule number 1, I have to say, is everybody is a suspect until proven innocent. Once you start this map, nobody is going to tell you who is the murderer, who is the sheriff. Don't believe anything you see on chat. People lie. That's the truth. The murderer is only going to show his weapon when he is ready to kill everybody else. Now, this may be you. If you are standing too close to somebody else, you are going to be the first to die. So if you're standing too close to somebody when the game begins, move as far away from them as possible. Make sure you have all your space when that timer has gone down to 0. I will also say try to act innocent. This might be difficult and it might seem a bit odd. However, you would not believe how many times I have been shot by the sheriff because I have been acting suspiciously. When this happens, that means that you are out of the game, and so is the sheriff. It leads to very, very angry sheriffs and very, very angry innocents. So do try to make sure that you're not running around after people. I've seen lots of people running after the sheriff to try and make them shoot them. That's really not fair. That's not the point of the game. So here we go, I am innocent yet again. There are people all around here, so I'm going to head down into the underground passage so that when that timer counts down, I will be completely alone. I will also say try not to go into any dead ends. Out in the garden is a really good place, is a really good place for coins, but I'm not going to go out there because, oh move, I am not going to go out there because that is a dead end. Once you are in there and the murderer sees you, once you go out there and the murderer sees you out there, you have no way to get back in except for past the murderer, and if you are within stabbing distance, you are going to die. The same applies for secret passages and secret hideaways. Now, the secret hideaways are a very good idea, except for this. Every single other Roblox player knows about these secret passages now. They are no longer secret. So if you are down to the last 1 or 2 survivors on the map and you are hiding in a secret area, chances are the murderer is going to come and look for you, and once you are in those secret areas, that counts as a dead end too. You are going to die. My advice is to stay on the main path. Make sure you know that where you are going is not going to lead into a dead end where you will die. It may also be a good idea to make sure you know the maps inside out and back to front. Now, this might seem a simple thing, yes, but what it means is that you know the shortest route to one place and to another. Do bear in mind that unless they have the perk where they walk faster than you, the murderer has the same pace walking as you. Now that means that if they are taking a slightly shorter route than you, for example up these stairs, then they are going to catch up. You are going to die. So do make sure that you are paying attention to the maps, you know them off by heart. You are not going to get stuck in a strange place with no idea where you are. The best thing to do when you first start playing is just explore. You're going to die a couple of times, nobody can stop that. However, once you have that experience of the map, you will be able to survive much longer, so it's worth it in the long run. I will also say that another idea is to look around corners. Always look around a corner before you go round it. For all you know, the murderer could be standing there with their knife ready to stab anyone coming round. It's, again, another simple rule, but I always live by it. If you do intend to use the secret hideaways, which I would advise against, but if you do, then there are a couple of pointers. I've seen lots of people do this. It's quite silly, but people forget. If you do want to hide, then do remove your pet. If I was hiding in a locker, Mr. Fluffy would give me away. I've seen people with pet pigs staring exactly at the point where their owners are hiding, and they've ended up dead. That is a bad idea. Also, if you want to play this game and hide, I would say remove any of your larger costumes like your wings or tails, as they do tend to stick out and give the game away. Also, music players are a bad idea if you want to hide. Now, I have a radio pass. As you can see, I've got my boombox on my back, but I'm not playing it at the moment because I do want to talk to you guys and it's quite loud. So while I will play my music player all the time while I'm playing this, because I quite like being chased by the murderer, it's quite fun. I would suggest if you do want to hide, that like being chased by a murderer in real life, you really don't want to be playing your music. It will lead the murderer straight to you. If you get stuck in a narrow passageway with the murderer, do not panic. You may die, that may happen. However, if you panic, it is almost a certainty. If you do get stuck in a narrow passageway, make sure you're jumping over the murderer. You will see sheriffs and murderers jumping all over the place when they know that the other is it. Why is this? Well, because both the gun and the knife can be used as projectile weapons. If you are jumping around, that gives them a much smaller target to aim at. Jumping around the murderer means that you have a slightly better chance of surviving. It's happened to me many a time. Sometimes I get stabbed, sometimes I don't. And that is the end of my video. Thank you very much for watching. I know these seem like very simple rules to follow, but many people do not follow them and end up dead. I will be doing, of course, another video to help with working as either the sheriff or the murderer. That's going to take a little bit longer though, because obviously it's much less likely that you are the murderer or the sheriff on this game. In the meantime, if you've liked this video, please like and subscribe. There will be more videos on the way. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching from me and Mr. Fluffy. Bye bye.